She walked into the church wearing a dress worth more than his entire wedding. 5 years ago, he threw her away like trash. Today, she held his future in her hands. But he had no idea the woman he once called not good enough was about to decide if his company lived or died. Maya Johnson stared at the cream-colored invitation in her hands. Her name was written in fancy gold letters. But it wasn't the pretty writing that made her heart race. It was the name at the bottom. Marcus Wellington requests your presence. 5 years. It had been 5 years since Marcus broke her heart into 1,000,000 pieces. 5 years since he told her she wasn't good enough for his rich family. 5 years since he chose money over love. Maya's assistant, Sarah, peeked into the corner office. Ms. Johnson? The board meeting is in 10 minutes. Cancel it, Maya said softly, still looking at the invitation. Ma'am, cancel everything. Today, I need to think. Sarah nodded and left. Maya walked to the huge window overlooking New York City. From the top floor of the Johnson Fashion Empire building, she could see the whole city, her city now. Nobody knew that Maya Johnson, the girl from the poor side of town, was now the mysterious CEO of a billion-dollar fashion company she kept. Her identity secret. Only a few people knew the truth. Maya touched her long curly hair and smiled sadly. Marcus used to love running his fingers through these curls. He used to say she was the most beautiful woman he'd ever seen. Until his mother reminded him that beautiful doesn't pay the bills. Flashback. Maya, we need to talk. Marcus had said that terrible night. They were at his family's big house. Maya felt small in her simple dress, surrounded by all the expensive furniture and fancy paintings. What's wrong? Maya asked. She could feel something bad coming. Marcus couldn't look her in the eyes. My family ... They don't think we're right for each other. What do you mean? You're wonderful, Maya. You're kind and smart and beautiful. But he stopped. But what, Marcus? Say it. But you're not from our world. My mother says I need someone who can help our family business. Someone with connections. Someone with money. Maya felt like she'd been slapped. So this is about money? It's about being practical. I'm going to run the family company someday. I need a wife who can help me succeed. And I can't do that because I'm poor? Marcus finally looked at her. His eyes were cold. Maya, be honest. What can you really offer me? You work at a coffee shop. You live in a tiny apartment. You have no connections, no money, no nothing. Those words cut deep. Maya felt tears rolling down her cheeks. I love you, she whispered. I thought that was enough. Love doesn't run a business, Maya. Love doesn't keep a family company alive. Maya stood up. Her whole body was shaking. You're making a mistake, Marcus. No, he said. Dating you was the mistake. Maya ran out of that house and never looked back. She cried for weeks, but then something inside her changed. Marcus had thrown her away because she had nothing. Fine, she would make sure she had everything. Maya used her pain as fuel. She worked 3 jobs and went to school at night. She studied business and fashion design. She saved every penny. 2 years later, she started her own small fashion line from her apartment. She designed clothes for women who looked like her, real women with real curves and real dreams. Her clothes became popular, then very popular, then famous. Maya was smart about business. She bought other small companies. She hired the best people. She worked harder than everyone else. 3 years after Marcus broke her heart, Maya had built a fashion empire, but she kept her identity secret. The business world knew the Johnson Fashion Empire was run by someone called MJ. Nobody knew MJ was Maya Johnson, the girl from the wrong side of town. Maya liked it that way. She remembered what Marcus said about connections and money. Well, now she had both. More than Marcus could ever dream of. While Maya was building her empire, Marcus was watching his family's business fall apart. Wellington. Industries had been successful for 50 years. But Marcus wasn't as smart as his father. He made bad decisions. He trusted the wrong people. He spent money on fancy things instead of investing in the business. Now at 30 years old, Marcus was scared. The family company was almost bankrupt. His father had died 2 years ago, leaving Marcus in charge, and Marcus was failing. "We need a miracle," his business partner, James, told him one morning. "What kind of miracle?" Marcus asked. "The Johnson fashion empire is looking for a partner. If we could get that deal, it would save our company." Marcus had heard of the Johnson fashion empire. Everyone had. It was the biggest fashion company in America. Nobody knew who really owned it. "How do we get a meeting with them?" Marcus asked. "That's the problem. Nobody knows who the CEO is. They just call themselves Majay, very mysterious. But I heard they might be interested in partnering with a company like ours." Marcus felt hope for the first time in months. Maybe he could save his family's business after all. Marcus was getting married to Victoria Sterling in 2 weeks. Victoria was everything his mother had wanted for him. She came from money. She had connections. She was beautiful in that cold, perfect way, but Marcus didn't love her. And Victoria didn't love him either. She was only marrying him because she thought he was rich. Victoria didn't know that Marcus was almost broke. He was good at hiding it. He still lived in the family mansion. He still drove expensive cars, but it was all pretend now. "Darling, I invited some of my old friends to the wedding," Victoria said over dinner. "We need to make sure everyone sees how perfect we are together." "Of course," Marcus said. But he wasn't really listening. He was thinking about the Johnson fashion empire deal. "Oh, and I invited some of your old friends too," Victoria continued, "including that girl you used to date. What was her name?" "Maya something?" Marcus almost choked on his wine. "Maya? Why would you invite Maya?" Victoria smiled in a mean way. "I thought it would be fun. I want her to see what she lost. I want her to see that you chose someone better." "Victoria, that's cruel." "Oh, please, Marcus. Don't pretend you care about her feelings. You dumped her because she was poor and ordinary. Now she can see you marry someone who's actually worthy of you." Marcus felt sick. He had been cruel to Maya 5 years ago. But inviting her to his wedding was just mean. "Did she say she's coming?" Marcus asked. The invitation came back. She'd be there. Marcus wondered what Maya looked like now. Was she still working at that coffee shop? Did she ever think about him? He pushed those thoughts away. Maya was in his past. His future was saving his company and marrying Victoria. He had no idea that his past and future were about to collide in the most shocking way possible. The wedding day was perfect. The church was decorated with white flowers and gold ribbons. All the richest families in the city were there. Marcus stood at the altar in his expensive suit, waiting for Victoria. He looked handsome and successful, but inside he was nervous. James, his best man, whispered to him, "Any word on the Johnson fashion empire deal?" "Not yet," Marcus whispered back. "But I have a good feeling about it." The music started. Victoria walked down the aisle in a dress that cost more than most people's cars. She looked perfect, cold but perfect. Marcus tried to smile. This marriage would save his reputation. Maybe it would save his company too. Just as Victoria reached the altar, the church doors opened again. Everyone turned to look, and that's when Marcus saw her. Maya. But this wasn't the Maya he remembered. This woman was stunning. She wore a black dress that fit her perfectly, showing off her beautiful curves. Her long curly hair was styled elegantly. Diamonds sparkled at her neck and ears. She looked like a queen. Maya walked slowly down the aisle, her head held high. Every eye in the church was on her. She was more beautiful than the bride. Marcus couldn't breathe. This couldn't be the same girl who worked at a coffee shop. This woman looked like she owned the world. Maya found a seat near the back. She sat down gracefully and folded her hands in her lap. Then she looked straight at Marcus and smiled. It wasn't a mean smile. It wasn't a sad smile. It was the smile of someone who knew a secret that would change everything. The wedding ceremony went on, but Marcus could barely focus. He kept looking back at Maya. She sat quietly, watching everything with calm, knowing eyes. "Do you, Marcus Wellington, take Victoria Sterling to be your wife?" the preacher asked. Marcus hesitated. He looked at Victoria, who was starting to look angry. Then he looked back at Maya. Maya was still smiling that mysterious smile. I do, Marcus said. "Do you, Victoria Sterling, take Marcus Wellington to be your husband?" "I do," Victoria said quickly. She had noticed Marcus looking at Maya and didn't like it one bit. "You may kiss the bride." Marcus kissed Victoria, but his mind was on Maya. What was she doing here? How could she afford those diamonds? That dress probably cost more than she used to make in a year. After the ceremony, everyone went to the reception at the Wellington family mansion. The party was beautiful, but Marcus couldn't enjoy it. He kept looking for Maya in the crowd. He found her talking to some business leaders by the champagne table. They seemed to know her. They were treating her with respect. How was that possible? Maya? She turned around. Up close, she was even more beautiful. Her skin glowed. Her eyes sparkled with confidence. This was not the broken girl who had run out of his house 5 years ago. "Hello, Marcus," she said calmly. "Congratulations on your wedding." "Thank you. I wasn't sure you'd come." Victoria insisted, Maya said with a small smile. "She wanted me to see what I lost, I believe." Marcus felt ashamed. "Maya, about what happened 5 years ago." "Oh, that." Maya waved her hand like it was nothing. "Don't worry about it, Marcus. You did me a favor." "A favor?" "You taught me an important lesson. You taught me that I needed to be strong enough to take care of myself. You taught me that I couldn't depend on anyone else for my happiness." Marcus didn't understand. "You're not angry?" "Angry?" Maya laughed. It was a beautiful sound. "Marcus, I should thank you. If you hadn't broken up with me, I never would have become who I am today." "Who are you today?" Marcus asked. Before Maya could answer, Victoria appeared at Marcus's side. She grabbed his arm possessively. "Who is this?" Victoria asked, even though she knew perfectly well. "Victoria, this is Maya Johnson." "Maya, my wife, Victoria." Victoria looked Maya up and down. She noticed the expensive dress, the real diamonds, the confidence. This wasn't what she expected at all. "Nice to meet you," Victoria said coldly. "I hope you're enjoying the party. I'm sure it's quite different from what you're used to." Maya smiled sweetly. "Actually, it's lovely. Though I have to say, I've been to bigger weddings, but this is charming in its own way." Victoria's eyes narrowed. "Bigger weddings?" "Oh, yes. When you work in my industry, you get invited to all sorts of events. Movie star weddings, billionaire weddings, royal weddings. This is much more intimate." "What industry?" Marcus asked. But before Maya could answer, James appeared. "Marcus, great news." James was excited. "I just got a call. The Johnson Fashion Empire wants to meet with us tomorrow." Marcus's heart jumped. "Really? Tomorrow?" "Yes. Their representative will be at our office at 10 a.m. This is it, Marcus. This is the deal that will save our company." Maya listened to this conversation with interest. Her smile got a little bigger. "Well," she said, "I should let you get back to your guests. Thank you for inviting me. This has been educational." She started to walk away. "Maya, wait," Marcus called. "I'd still like to talk to you. Maybe we could have coffee sometime." Maya turned back. "I'm very busy these days, Marcus." "But who knows? Maybe our paths will cross again sooner than you think." She walked away, leaving Marcus confused and Victoria angry. The next morning, Marcus was at his office early. He wore his best suit and made sure everything looked perfect. This meeting with the Johnson fashion empire was his last chance to save his family's business. "Are you ready for this?" James asked. "I have to be," Marcus said. "If this deal doesn't work out, we're finished." At exactly 10 a.m., the elevator doors opened, and Maya Johnson walked out. Marcus thought he was dreaming. Maya was dressed in a sharp business suit that probably cost more than Marcus made in a month. She carried herself like she owned the building. Behind her walked 3 assistants and a lawyer. "Good morning, gentlemen," Maya said professionally. "I'm MJ, CEO of Johnson Fashion Empire. I believe you wanted to discuss a partnership?" Marcus couldn't speak. His mouth fell open. James looked confused. "I'm sorry, there must be some mistake. We're meeting with MJ, the CEO of Johnson Fashion Empire." Maya smiled. "That's me. Maya Johnson. MJ, I own Johnson Fashion Empire." The room went completely silent. Marcus felt like the world was spinning. Maya was the mysterious billionaire CEO. Maya owned a company that could save his business. "That's impossible," Marcus whispered. "Why is it impossible?" Maya asked calmly. "Because I used to work at a coffee shop? Because I'm from a poor family? Because 5 years ago you told me I had nothing to offer?" Marcus sat down hard in his chair. He felt sick. Maya opened her briefcase and pulled out some papers. "Let's talk business, shall we?" 5 years ago, Maya began, someone told me that love doesn't run a business. That I needed money and connections to be worthy of respect. So I got money and connections. She spread papers across the conference table. Johnson Fashion Empire is worth $2.8 billion. We own 47 stores in 12 countries. We employ over 10,000 people. And yes, Marcus, I built it all from nothing. Marcus stared at the numbers. They were incredible. "But how?" he asked weakly. "Hard work, smart decisions, and remembering every cruel word you said to me." Maya's voice was still calm, but there was steel in it now. "Maya, it's Miss Johnson in business meetings, Mr. Wellington." James was looking back and forth between them. "You two know each other?" "We used to date," Maya said simply. "Until Mr. Wellington decided I wasn't good enough for him." James's eyes got wide. Maya continued. "Now about this partnership. Wellington Industries needs money, correct? Your company is almost bankrupt?" Marcus nodded. He couldn't lie. She probably already knew everything about his company's finances. "I could save your company," Maya said. "One phone call from me, and you'd have all the money you need. You'd be successful again, rich again." Hope filled Marcus's heart. "You'd do that?" Maya was quiet for a long moment. Then she said, "That depends." "On what?" "On whether you've learned anything in the past 5 years." Maya stood up and walked to the window. She looked out at the city below. "Tell me, Marcus, what do you think love is worth now?" Marcus didn't understand. "What do you mean?" 5 years ago, you chose money over love. You said love doesn't run a business. Do you still believe that?" Marcus thought about his life over the past 5 years. He thought about his failing business. He thought about Victoria, who only married him for money. He thought about how empty and miserable he'd been. I made mistakes," he said quietly. "What kind of mistakes?" "I hurt you. I hurt someone who really loved me. And for what? Money that I lost anyway? A marriage with no love in it?" Maya turned around. "Go on." "I've been miserable, Maya. The past 5 years have been the worst years of my life. I keep thinking about what I lost when I let you go." "What did you lose?" Marcus's voice cracked. "I lost the only person who ever loved me for who I really was. I lost my best friend. I lost the woman I should have married." Maya's eyes softened a little. But she wasn't done testing him. And what about now? If I save your company, what do you think I want in return? Marcus was scared to answer. I don't know. Think about it. I have all the power here. I can make you rich again, or I can let your company die. What would you do for me? Marcus was quiet for a long time. Then he said, Maya, I can't give you what you really want. What do I really want? You want me to choose you. You want me to leave Victoria and be with you. But I can't do that. Maya looked surprised. Why not? Because that would make me the same selfish person I was 5 years ago. If I left my wife for you just to get your money, I'd be using you again. I'd be proving that I only care about what you can give me, not who you are. Maya stared at him. Marcus continued. If I'm going to lose everything, then I'll lose everything. But I won't use you again, Maya. You deserve better than that. For the first time since she'd walked into his office, Maya smiled a real smile. Sit down, Marcus, Maya said gently. He sat. You're right. I don't want you to leave your wife for me. I'm not here to break up your marriage. Then why are you here? Maya sat across from him. I'm here because I forgave you a long time ago. And I'm here because, believe it or not, I want to help you. Help me? Marcus, you made a terrible mistake 5 years ago. But you just proved that you've learned from it. You just chose doing the right thing over getting what you want. That's growth. Marcus felt confused. So you'll save my company? I'll do better than that. Maya pulled out a contract. Johnson Fashion Empire wants to buy Wellington Industries, not as a partnership, as a full purchase. Marcus's heart sank. You want to buy my family's company? For $50 million. Marcus almost fell out of his chair. $50 million? Your company is worth about $5 million in its current condition. I'm offering 10 times that amount. But why? Maya smiled. Because Wellington Industries has something I need. History. Your family has been in business for 50 years. Your name means something. I want to add that history to my empire. And what happens to me? You become president of the new Wellington Johnson Fashion Division. You keep your family name on the business. You get a salary of $1 million per year. And you get to keep your dignity. Marcus couldn't believe it. Maya, why would you do this for me? Because 5 years ago, you taught me that I needed to be strong. Today, you showed me that you learned to be better. We both grew up. Marcus felt tears in his eyes. I don't deserve this. No, you don't, Maya said honestly. But I'm not doing this because you deserve it. I'm doing it because I choose to, because this is who I am now. There's just one more thing, Maya said. What? Your wife? Marcus looked confused. What about Victoria? She married you for money, right? Marcus nodded sadly. Well, she's about to find out that you just became very wealthy again. And she's about to meet the woman who made it possible. Maya, Victoria doesn't need to know about our past. Oh, but she does. Maya's eyes sparkled with mischief. You. See, I'm not just buying your company. I'm also planning to open a new Johnson Fashion Empire store here in the city. I'll be moving back here permanently to run it. You're moving back here? This is my home, Marcus. I ran away 5 years ago because I was hurt and scared. But I'm not that girl anymore. I'm successful, I'm confident, and I'm ready to face my past. Marcus realized what this meant. So you and Victoria will probably see each other around town. Oh, we'll do more than see each other. I'm going to offer Victoria a job. What? Maya grinned. Victoria has a degree in marketing, right? And she knows all the wealthy families in the city. She'd be perfect for my new store's marketing department. Maya, you can't be serious. I'm completely serious. She work for me. The woman she tried to humiliate at your wedding will be her boss. Marcus didn't know whether to laugh or cry. She never take the job. We'll see. When she finds out how much I'm planning to pay her, she might change her mind. Victoria likes money, remember? The Wellington Johnson fashion division was a huge success. Marcus worked harder than he ever had in his life. He had learned the value of earning his success instead of just inheriting it. Victoria did take the job with Maya's company. She needed the money, and Maya paid very well. It was awkward at first, but Victoria slowly learned to respect Maya's business skills. One day, Victoria came to Marcus's office. "I owe you an apology," she said. "For what?" "For marrying you for the wrong reasons. And for inviting Maya to our wedding to humiliate her." Marcus was surprised. Victoria had never apologized for anything before. "What changed your mind?" "Working for Maya changed my mind." "Do you know why she's so successful?" "Why?" "Because she actually cares about people. She treats her employees well. She makes clothes that help women feel beautiful. She gives money to schools and charities. She's not just rich, Marcus. She's good." Victoria sat down. "I always thought being rich was enough. But Maya taught me that how you get rich matters. Why you get rich matters. What you do with your money matters." "And what does that mean for us?" Marcus asked. Victoria smiled sadly. "It means we should get divorced." Marcus was shocked. "What? I don't love you, Marcus. I never did. And you don't love me either. We both know it." She was right. "We can be friends," Victoria continued. "But we shouldn't be married. It's not fair to either of us." Marcus felt relieved. "Are you sure?" "I'm sure. And Marcus, you should tell Maya how you really feel about her." "What do you mean?" "I see how you look at her during our business meetings. I see how she looks at you too. You both still care about each other. It's too complicated, Victoria." "No, it's not. It's only complicated if you make it complicated." 1 year after the wedding, Marcus and Victoria were divorced. It was friendly and quiet. Victoria kept working for Maya and found that she really enjoyed her job. Marcus threw himself into his work. The company was doing better than ever. He was successful, but he was lonely. Maya was also successful and also lonely. She had everything she'd ever wanted, but something was missing. One evening, Marcus was working late at the office when Maya knocked on his door. "Hi," she said. "Hi. Want to get some coffee?" Marcus smiled. "Like old times?" "Maybe, or maybe like new times." They went to a small coffee shop. Not the fancy place where Maya used to work, but a quiet little place where they could talk. "Maya," Marcus said, "I need to tell you something." "What?" "I never stopped loving you." Maya was quiet for a moment. Then she said, "I never stopped loving you either. But I hurt you so badly." "Yes, you did. And that hurt made me stronger. It made me who I am today. Can you ever forgive me completely?" Maya reached across the table and took his hand. "I forgave you a long time ago, Marcus. The question is, can you forgive yourself?" Marcus felt tears in his eyes. "I've been trying to." "Then try harder. Because I'd like to start over. Not as the people we were 5 years ago, but as the people we are now." "Are you asking me out on a date?" Marcus asked with a small smile. "I'm asking you if you want to find out what real love looks like when two people are both strong enough to choose it." Marcus squeezed her hand. "Yes, I do want to find out." 2 years later, Marcus and Maya got married in a small ceremony with just their closest friends and family. Victoria was there, and she was genuinely happy for them. Maya wore a simple white dress that she designed herself. Marcus wore a suit. That didn't cost a fortune, but he looked happier than he had ever looked in his life. When the preacher asked Marcus if he took Maya to be his wife, he said, "I do. Forever this time." When he asked Maya if she took Marcus to be her husband, she said, "I do, because love is the only thing that really matters." They kissed and everyone cheered. Later, at the reception, someone asked Maya what the secret to their love story was. Maya thought for a moment. Then she said, The secret is that sometimes you have to lose everything to find out what really matters. Sometimes the worst thing that happens to you becomes the best thing that ever happened to you. She looked at Marcus, who was laughing with some friends. 5 years ago, he broke my heart. But that broken heart taught me how to be strong. It taught me how to build a life I could be proud of. And when I was strong enough, love found me. Again. But wasn't it hard to forgive him? Someone asked. Maya smiled. Forgiveness isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about choosing love over anger. It's about choosing to move forward instead of staying stuck in the past. And now you're both successful and in love. Now we're both the people we were meant to become, Maya said. Sometimes you have to go through the darkness to find the light. Marcus walked over and put his arm around Maya. What are you talking about? He asked. Just telling everyone how much I love my husband, Maya said. Marcus kissed her forehead. I love you too. And I promise I'll never take that love for granted again. Maya smiled up at him. I know you won't. Because now we both know what real love is worth. And they lived happily ever after, not because their story was perfect, but because they both learned how to choose love over fear, forgiveness over anger, and hope over hurt. True love isn't about finding someone perfect. It's about choosing to love someone perfectly, even when they're not perfect. Sometimes the greatest love stories begin with the greatest heartbreaks, because that's when we learn what love really means.